It's Joe Gore for PremierGuitar.com from Musikmesse 2014 in Frankfurt, and I'm here with Brian Swertfeger of the Premier Builders Guild, and he's going to show us the latest model from Two Rock Amps.
Hi, we're here debuting Coral. So this is the latest in our long line of D-style amplifiers. We've had forever the Emerald, the Sapphire, and then on to the custom reverb signatures. And so 2 days ago we showed the world this new amp, and it's been getting rave reviews by players and dealers alike.
Well, all the Two Rock amps get rave reviews from players, but they're very highly admired amps. But what were you going for specifically with the Coral? How does it depart from what you've done so far?
Sure. Well, a couple things in this style of design add up to challenges. One is the placement of the reverb. So we've moved the reverb in this amp to before the master volumes. That allows it to, even though it's mixed in parallel, it's just a lot quieter in its performance, and it's richer and lusher, similar to the way we did on the Crystal and the John Mayer signature amp. So that's a departure from the traditional design. And then we voiced this with a bigger, fuller, fatter Fender-style bass voice. So it's got a little more bassment to it and less of the traditional Two Rock voice.
What's the tube complement?
This particular amp is two 6L6s, 50 watts. The other big difference on Coral is we're going to offer 6V6. So two 6V6 will get you 22 watts, or four 6V6s will get 40 watts.
That would be two sub-models, you're not talking about a switchable tube.
Correct, yeah, so basically different variations of Coral. 22 watt, 40 watt, 50 watt, 100 watt. So either 6V6 on the low power amps or 6L6 for the high power amps.
Perfect, and can you walk us through some of the things on the control panel?
Sure, so pretty straight ahead tone stack, and then gain and volume for the clean channel. The gain is a really interesting control because most guitar players think that's going to be overdrive. What it's really doing is your right hand bounce. It's the dynamics. So you kind of set that for how much right hand pushback you want. How many?
Could you play us a little examples at contrasting settings and tell us what's going on?
Sure. I'm going to turn it down and it's going to be a little stiffer. No matter how hard I hit it, it just kind of is. I wouldn't say stiffer, it's dry. Especially if I just do the two middle strings, you'll hear it really clearly here. As I move that higher, like to a 2 o'clock position, now I get more explosion of the note. It's going to be more dynamic. So if I play lightly, or if I dig in, you hear how it's still clean, but it's got that more of attack, more punch. So that's a great way to balance it for your guitar and also for the way you play. So since all the gain and masters are cascading, they feed one another, you kind of want to set that as high as you're comfortable with.
Does the gain function work the same for both channels?
So since the gain, cascading means this feeds this, feeds this, feeds this. So when I switch to the overdrive channel, now watch. This control is affecting the drive channel. So is the clean master. Then the drive gain and the drive master. And you'll notice how it's very clean, but it's sustaining at the same time.
Yeah, I'm really hearing how as you pour on the gain, you're still getting a really crisp transient at the beginning of every note.
Yeah.
And a lot of definition.
Absolutely. So it's not a rock metal amp, it's definitely the blues fusion-y thing.
Could you play a couple of chords at that setting just to hear how it responds with a thicker sound?
Sure. I especially like when you've got triads and just still two note. You get that the interaction between the notes as well. So. You can hear everything in the middle.
Yeah, there's a lot going on harmonically, but everything just seems very in accord. It's like, there's not a lot of, there's a lot of harmonic interest and a lot of fatness, but not a lot of chaos,
Right, and so typically users would have that lead gain control down a little lower in the, we can call it the Robin Ford zone, so you go. Just a sharp attack, but lots of sustain and fatness to the notes.
That's a fine sounding head.
Thanks. So the last thing is you got the EQ bypass. And so that just, you skip all that, you're getting straight into the power section, and it just gets a little nastier.
What's the website where people can learn more about choral?
2rock.com, of course, and premierbuildersguild.com.
And that is 2rock with a hyphen in the web URL?
It is 2-rock. Thank you for mentioning that. And, everything handmade just north of San Francisco, up in Rohnert Park, right next door to the town of 2rock, oddly enough. And we invite you to go to your local dealer, check it out, and send us an email. We'll be happy to respond.
Thanks for showing it to us, Brian, and nice playing, man.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Thanks a ton.
Day 3 of Messe. I'm a little, fuzzy, but it's all good.
I guarantee you I'm twice as fuzzy.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching PremierGuitar.com.